Hi everyone. Today I would like to talk about a landing zone. And to describe a landing zone, I would like to tell about one company that was kind of a local service provider. And this company started as an on-prem company. It had own servers where they were running also production environment, not only obviously production environment. And uh, one day they decided to go into cloud, but they didn't want to do a full migration immediately. At first, they wanted to explore the cloud. So what they did was the creation of a small team, uh, uh, which consisted of several senior engineers who had to explore the cloud. They created AWS account and started their exploration journey. So during the time, they did some research and they started developing into cloud. So the first decision was quite straightforward. Instead of doing the migration, they still were not sure about whether they should go completely into cloud or not. They decided instead to bring uh, newly built applications into cloud. So stepwise approach. And to do that, this senior team, they continued to work in cloud, and they created a separate VPC for production applications and started deploying there. So basically, they ended up having three VPCs: one for development, which was more like a sandbox VPC, another for testing, and another for production. And here is the point where the problem starts to appear. Because while moving into cloud and while more and more applications start running there, obviously more people start to join the cloud team. As a result, the permission management becomes more and more complex. At the beginning, the first team, they had access to basically everything in the cloud, so no real permissions management and access management. But quite soon, when more teams join, there are more junior developers, and they didn't want company didn't want that they have access to production. How to set it up? How to set up the access? So it's in AWS, it's IAM, right? And you would attach IAM policies to IAM roles or IAM users, and but if you want to limit the access to particular service, it's easy via IAM. But if you want to limit the access to instances that are running in production, but not to all instances, then it's more complex. And the solution that was found was proper tagging. So they created tags for production environments. They created basically tag named environment, and they were setting if it's development environment, test environment, or production environment. And this has worked, but quite soon some severe problems happened because for certain production databases and instances, the tag was set incorrectly. And this resulted into the situation when one of the junior developers has stopped a production DB. And obviously it was not his fault because he didn't expect that he would even see this production DB. So, but it was DB used in production, and this DB was wrongly tagged, being a testing DB. So this, of course, led to a downtime of a service and to losses or business losses. And as a result, the approach was taken became more strict, but the problem of complexity behind it remained. And over time, it became even worse because at some point, more teams started to join and more departments started to join. And the next department to join was data analytics department. And data analytics department, they have quite different workloads, but what's even more important, they have a separate budget. So a new tag has appeared, a tag named department, and this tag was setting if it's technical department or data analytics department, and in future there could be more tags like this. So the problem of tagging, it hasn't been completely resolved. And a new tag, it created even more complexity behind it. And for example, there were situations when some instance had no tags or tag was not properly defined. But of course, any instance, any service, it will create some costs. And then the question raises, who should pay for this cost? Should it be the technical department or data analytics department? Moreover, there are some complexity behind reserved instances, because to save some costs, the company acquired reserved instances, but it was quite tricky to handle them between two departments. So what happened next was that in general, this whole setup, it became too complex. And also management was not satisfied that this one account is shared among many departments, and there was a clear understanding that this has to be changed. So it led to a new project inside of a company, which was creation of a proper landing zone for it. But the issue is that the company had to do a new migration, because a lot of resources and teams were already onboarded into this one account. And in order to go to multiple accounts, not to separate them, it was necessary to run a new migration project, which is doable, but of course it creates a lot of costs and effort. So that's it. Today I have talked about the creation of landing zone, and I've described the issues that might happen if the landing zone is not properly set up while moving into cloud. And in the next video, I will talk about the proper setup, how the company could avoid all these problems that happen to it. And yeah, thanks for listening, and bye-bye.